Florida pet owners, do you know how your state ranks when it comes to overweight pets? You may be surprised to learn that being overweight isn't just a problem for Americans, but also pets too. Here to share more with Banfield's 7th annual State of Pet Health report is veterinarian Dr. Kirk Berlinger. Great to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So how does Florida rank in the list of states with overweight pets? Where do we stack up?
So Florida was ranked 16th for overweight dogs and 19th for overweight cats. And what this is really telling us is that this is part of a bigger trend across the country, where now 1 out of 3 dogs and cats are considered overweight or obese. And over the past 10 years, we've seen a trend of increasing overweight pets from 160 to 170% increase over that 10-year period.
Oh, wow. So, I mean, what is it? What do you think that is just causing the continued increase of overweight pets? Too many treats?
So we're not 100% certain what is actually contributing to that, but we do know that pets are more and more becoming members of the family. And with that, we like to communicate with our pets and show affection by giving them treats. And it becomes very easy to give too many treats in a single day.
So I feel a little guilty because my pets are a little overweight. I'm a pet parent, got 3 dogs at home, and I know a lot of people probably agree when I say when they give you those puppy dog eyes, it's kind of hard not to let them indulge on a few extra treats. But really you need to think about their health and maybe some alternative options when it comes to managing their weight, right? So you should you be measuring their food, or what do you suggest we do to keep their weight under control?
Well, what I'd recommend doing is really partnering with your veterinarian to determine, first off, is my pet overweight? I think the first thing is recognizing whether or not we need to address overweight in our own pets. And so what pet owners can do is that they just look down at their pet, they can feel along the ribs, and if the ribs actually, they can feel them readily but not necessarily see them, then their pet is probably at an ideal weight. If they can't feel the ribs at all, then their pet may actually be overweight. And they should also be able to look down at the waistline and see a little bit of a tuck to that waistline. If they can't see a tuck, if it's just straight down, or even if it's bulging a bit, that may indicate that your pet is overweight as well. And you should really talk to your veterinarian about what is the best weight loss plan for my pet.
So if your pet is overweight, what are those consequences? What can happen to them?
There's a number of different consequences with pets being overweight. A number of diseases, over 20 diseases actually, have been linked with pets being overweight. And some of those diseases are very similar to what we see in humans. For example, heart disease or respiratory disease. In cats, we'll see type 2 diabetes is linked with them being obese. And then in dogs, we see things like hypothyroidism and arthritis.
Yeah, I mean, something you just don't even think about. I can't even believe that they can get to, you know, same things that we get, talking about the thyroid and arthritis like that. So,
well, and in that case, a lot of pets with hypothyroidism, being overweight is a bit of a consequence of that disease. With arthritis, that's something that if pets aren't getting the activity level that they need because of arthritis, it'll put them at risk for gaining weight. But also, just having those extra pounds will put them at risk for getting arthritis by putting more force on those joints.
Yeah, well, good information to know. And for anyone who's listening now, how do you know if your pet is overweight? And as we close, what advice would you give them, those people who are learning that their pet is overweight? What do they do?
I think the first thing is realizing that there are small steps they can take to improve their pet's lifelong health. The first is partnering with their veterinarian and coming up with a individualized plan for weight loss. The second thing is they can offer other things instead of high-calorie treats. They can offer, for dogs, for instance, a low-calorie treat like baby carrots, or just give them attention and affection in other ways, like walking their dog a little bit longer, or even playing with their cat with a laser pointer for 5 to 10 minutes once a day will go a long ways to improving the lifelong health of the pet.
All right, great information. Anywhere you want to send us online to learn more information about our furry friends or this report that you talked about today? Any one website you'd like to send us to,
Yes,
Doctor?
for more information on the State of Pet Health, they can go to stateofpethealth.com, and there they'll find more information on specific diseases as well as state-specific information.
All right, thank you so much. A pleasure to talk to you today. And if you want more information or you want to see this interview again, head online. We'll have it right there for you at fox4morningblend.com.